Greetings from Shipshawana, Indiana, Amish country, just east of the RV capital of the world. Over the next few days, we're going to be spending some time with old and new friends. We'll go on a tour of the Winnebago Towables factory, we'll attend the seminars, and even get my trailer brakes fixed. The 2024 Winnebago Towables Rally is next. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be, 'cause I'm free in my RV, yeah. Well, greetings from Shipshawana, Indiana. It is RV rally season, and of course last week we had the Winnebago, Camp Winnebago in Iowa, and now we have the Towables Rally here in Shipshawana, Indiana, very close to the factory in Middlebury. And yep, the wagons are rolling in. I think this is gonna be a fun one. You know, we all having the same type of rig. And as I say sometimes, the adventure continues. We're gonna have a cookout, we're gonna have raffles, we're gonna have factory tours, barbecues, trainings, I mean, not trainings, what do you call it, seminars, and it's gonna be a whole lot of fun. It's time for gumbo, but they have a secret Mississippi recipe that they don't want to share, so it's all sealed in a bag, and I'm sure it'll be delicious. I'm sure some cayenne pepper is in the mix.
We always have a little bit of extra.
Extra, there you go. You gotta have that. He's adding some chicken and sausage to the mix.
We got 8 pounds of meat that we're putting, a little bit over 8 pounds. So what we do is we freeze these in bread pans.
Oh yeah.
And then we wrap them up and freeze them.
How many gallons are you putting?
We're gonna put 4 gallons in here. We're going to add some more water, though. Yeah. We're going to get you to do some stirring.
Of course. Well, it doesn't look like they need my help. Not yet, anyway. So, but I'll be coming back because they need people to help stirring the pot. It's going to be chicken and sausage gumbo, Cajun style. I'm looking forward to it. Well, we've got nothing but minis on this section of the campground. All micro minis. Of all ages, all generations, except the original generation. We don't have any of those. We should call this one Minis on the Hill, or Minis on the Amish Hill. All around us. So here's Dave. Dave is the entire welcoming committee here.
That's me.
Well, they have a frozen custard in this place, so let's check it out. Frozen custard. Right. Time for a softie. That is really good. Like they say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Came to check on that gumbo of yours.
It's getting there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I can smell it already.
Good. Now it's just going to simmer for the next hour.
Oh, great.
Okay, you just
Watch yours, and then I had Cheryl watch.
Oh yeah.
She's in home.
I think they liked it.
Welcome to Hotel Winnebago, where you can never check out, but you don't want to leave, you know? So, that's right. Tonight, I just want to give a good hand to Bob Harco and his wife Pat for that wonderful. Usually don't get that anywhere above the Mason-Dixon. We got a pretty good schedule going on. Welcome to you all. We hope that we have something for everybody. We have a lot of things going on here at the campground as far as maintenance on rigs and things like that. So, but tomorrow's a big day. We'll have some, as you can see on the schedule, we'll have something here for coffee and donuts in the morning. And then 11:45, we're going to be picked up for a luncheon and Winnebago tour.
Winnebago bought 4 loaves of bread tonight. They provided all of the food, so thank you guys for your generosity and your commitment to this group. And then David, you know, this group and the rally last week and then this week really wouldn't be what it is or what it's evolved without you and Prudence. Grant has a little gift of appreciation for you. It's your choice whether or not you want to share. As you guys, some of you who know David or will get to know him, he limits himself to a couple knuckles every few nights a week of refreshment. Maybe might sneak a little bit more if Prudence isn't looking. So we got him.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
After you drink it, you can keep it as a commemorative at home.
I will.
Winnebago led me to my wife in a way, so a little bit opposite there. So I do product management for Winnebago, and that's, you know, there's a lot of things I do, but a lot of it is looking at floor plan design, new product vitality, and how they look in general.
10 of clubs.
Then we played a game called Cardo.
4.
Well, that game of Cardo was a lot of fun, but I didn't win anything, so I think this is it for our first day here at the rally. Tomorrow we're going to the factory. Well, good morning. Let's see what they have for breakfast. Well, Prudence, what better way to start the day than with some rice and roll donuts? Well, after that breakfast, got some work done, and now we're going to the mothership. Here we are. We've made it to the mothership.
Yep, come on in. Come on in.
Hey, Adam.
Come on in. Come on in. Welcome.
Woohoo! Well, here we are at the Winnebago luncheon, and if you've been following for a while, this place looks very familiar. This is where I've taken delivery of my 3 Winnebago rigs. So we get fed some delicious barbecue chicken. Oh yeah, very fashionable. Safety first, right? Oh, those brand new Micro Minis. Grant explains how panels are CNC routed with a computer-controlled cutting machine, which greatly improves accuracy and fit and finish.
All labels for different trailers. This is for a 1720 FP. I don't know if anybody here has that floor plan. Robert does, yeah.
I'm so glad we're getting this detailed tour of how our travel trailers are made. Here we have some stabilizing jacks, and of course we begin with a bare frame. And they use Norco frames, which are huck bolted instead of hand welded, and apparently a superior product. He really goes into every detail.
Our tanks are shaped like big wide keys, and they'll actually sit right in these tank hangers. So you have your fresh water that's going to go here. This will be your gray tank here, and your black tank right below your toilet, because this is FDS, so your toilet will go here. Black tank would sit in here.
On to the next step.
In there. It also will help keep insects and rodents out of there because they generally will take the path of least resistance. So if your camper has a fully sealed perimeter in the underbelly and the one next to you doesn't at the storage lot, they're going to go to the one that does not because why not? It's a path of least resistance. Here you can see this is where the fresh tank will sit, so it does have some additional support just to keep that, help that tank remain in its form and in its shape so it doesn't want to lose form and then fall out. Your gas lines are all flexible gas lines. We get from a company called FlexTech. So now you can see tires are on. All the wiring right here is color coded. We use color coded wiring both for you and for dealer service techs to help identify and troubleshoot any potential electrical issues. It's easier to trace back the color of the wire.
Here we get a closer look at the tank and the tank heater. This, of course, the freshwater tank. We've got some hoses here, and this is what it looks like once they are installed on the trailer. It is cool to see how the cable valves work, where the sensors are. Yeah, the valves kind of work like bicycle brakes or gears. Here's the next step, where they put the floor, with the holes cut out for everything. And this is the subfloor. And now we have linoleum. It is coming together.
The less money it is. We use a very high grade of pine wood, which does not have a lot of knots in it. So you can see, and it's just used in areas that you as owners can't see really. This is your pine wood. A lot of this stuff with a lot of manufacturers would look very grayed, it would look weathered before it gets installed. So this is the actual start of the line. But one thing a lot of people don't know is they'll say, you guys didn't seal my shower surround. My shower surround came down to my shower pan and it's not sealed, and they'll caulk it. They don't know that this lip is here, right here. So your shower surround's actually gonna sit in this, on the inside of it. So water, thanks to the laws of gravity, cannot go down and then magically come up and then back down behind your shower pan. If you seal this area and it gets any moisture, it will be trapped in there and it will start to stink and it will form mildew. So we leave it open so it can dry itself out for any water that's remaining on this ledge. This should not be sealed.
And those are your drain valves.
Yep. So that's one thing I was going to show you that's unique about the Winnebagos.
Water heaters, furnaces. So cool to see all the parts that make the whole.
The water heater, shower.
All the rigs at different stages in their construction. This is where the walls start to go up.
Another area where we probably could put OSB, but we're not. It's 1/2-inch plywood. Like I told you, we cut that stuff off for our floors. It comes in a section that's 4x8. We're building a 7-foot wide unit, so we get a foot of extra wood off every single one of them. But he sticks an ice pick down the edge of those cabinets. So you can see his ice pick hole right here, right here, right here, right here. And then they'll have a guy from the outside come in and backstitch it with staples all the way up that cabinet, all the way up all the cabinet doors. So everything is truly screwed in from the inside and stapled in from the outside. So that's why you can shake those suckers and they don't want to come off because they backstitch. They also backstitch all the things on the ceiling. So that way when you're putting your cabinet, your kitchen overhead above your sink up, it'll cinch it up tight to the roof so you don't get a big gap there between the roof and the overhead cabinet. So they backstitch a lot here. And it's not common in this industry. It's not a common practice. AC vents from the inside. Again, it's not going into 1/8-inch paneling. It has a backer for it. Everything has a backer. Everything has to have screw retention. You can see how the ducting is run through the roof here. And then they will actually pick up this whole piece of roof, which is designed for this trailer. They will take it over and drop it right down on the trailer, which you can see right here. And it fits nice and tight.
And when did they switch back to the?
That's your roof membrane.
Oh.
Yep. And that gets pulled well in front of the front cap, and then they'll pull it down the sides about 3 to 4 inches, but then they'll cut it off at that gutter rail. That's where the gutter rail is cinching that to the sidewall actually. It's pinched behind there. It also has a butyl behind that, so it's sealed in multiple areas.
Here we have several trailers at various stages of construction.
Yeah, mine does too.
That's what it looks like without the slide.
I like this floor plan, the Murphy bed version.
So much where the motor.
Yeah, this floor plan would be perfect for me without the slide. Just get a smaller dinette.
This is the only Micro Minnie that doesn't have the bathroom at the back.
Because it's got all those windows.
It's like a dry erase board.
Here's a couple if people want to go and look at some finished products.
And here's the finished product. This is the lamination facility.
We roll out our fiberglass, and we have a double-sided glue roller here. So we will have glue on the front and back of the Asdel. The whole wall will get covered with Asdel, and then they will take, since it's glue on the top still, they'll take block foam insulation and cover that entire wall with block foam insulation first. Then it goes into the first CNC machine. That's what this one is. This one here is going to route out in that foam the jig for our frame. So it'll route out what looks like a frame from the foam. So our frame then just drops right in, but we have block foam insulation coverage right up to every stud in that wall. We can run this thing up to the tolerance of 1/100,000th of an inch. We do not do that because we would have to hammer the frames down into the foam. But we do run it pretty tight. We usually maybe an 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch on each side of our studs. As it is cutting that foam out, another cool thing it's doing is sucking a lot of the debris up. And it runs it right up over through here, over to the foam densifier, and turns it into what you have right here. So then we can recycle that. We resell it. There's a wall. So you can see the whole wall is covered with foam.
Why does it get its own roof?
This is where it's CNC.
Oh,
Yeah, this is where the saw will run.
Oh, look at that.
It's the Asdel, the composite material behind the fiberglass. This stuff here.
it's amazing that they go that close.
So, no, you're okay. So this is what I was talking about when, if somebody's laying these pieces in like a puzzle, and this piece only comes to here, they don't fill in this little section here to take it all the way to the stud. Now, a lot of this stuff's gonna get cut out too. It could be doors, it could be baggage doors, all that's gonna get cut out anyway, but you have a lot tighter, this will be your main door right here, so this is all gonna get cut out. You have a lot tighter insulation coverage to every single stud in the wall, and it's gonna be consistent. So this is what it looks like. And then we're gonna go to the next station, which is my favorite station, although it's not running, so it's not as fun to look at. So the Elkhart way of doing this would be somebody looks at a print, which eventually turns to memory on where these little guys need to go in the wall. And these are sandwiched in your wall. You can't ever see them, but they are in there. And these do things like hold window balances on, because you're screwing it to a little panel on here to your wallboard. There's nothing there but an 1/8 inch material, so you need something for that space or retention. So these will go all over the place. You have a here and here where we type in the floor plan. Right now they have a 300 VH set up there on the screen, and we have 2 lasers depending on how big the trail is. There's a blue one right here, and there's one right here, and those lasers kind of shine down beams on that wall exactly where these need to go. So it'll be a line that shows this needs to go from here to here, and you can set that there. And there's honestly in a Micro Minnie, even a Micro Minnie, a small trailer, there's probably 25 of these that go on the wall. Oh wow, there's a lot of them. They will help hold cabinets. They will help hold, like I said, window balances, those sorts of things. The traditional way of doing it by print, which turns into memory, is that somebody's done this so many times. They're like, "Oh, this one goes here," and they're really fast, right? This one goes here, this one goes there. Well, for the most part, it's right. But then you buy a camper brand new from a dealership. You take it 15 minutes home, and you get home, and your window balance is doing this, and it's hanging there. Probably because that person that put this backer on had it 1 inch too far this way, 1 inch too far this way, and now one of those screws hit nothing in the wall. So this helps us clear out those types of issues. They will always, we don't miss any of them because you have lasers showing right where they need to be. All those slide walls,
A blast from the past.
all here on this line because they want them to be off the coil and off the same coil and the same part of the coil, because color can vary from coil to coil just slightly, and it can vary as the coil progresses. So we want them to be linked with walls, so that way when that slide goes in, it looks seamless.
Will this be like a finished wall? Yep. That's the aluminum inside.
Last but not least, we get to see the plant where they build the axes.
These are all, this is all.
Meanwhile, there's a deluge coming down outside. Well, it is still raining as we go back to the campground. Thank you, Grant, for such a detailed tour.
Bound by the W.
On the last day, we get a great seminar about axles and brakes by Dexter.
So I've got with me from Dexter an assembly line, but it was people.
It is actually really cool to see how electric brakes work. And all about bearings and that stuff, many of us, at least myself, I would take it to an expert, but I know many people like to tinker with this stuff.
To get to the brake. I don't care if the truck's in 14, how much electricity made it back to here, okay?
This is our closing ceremony here.
We reached the end of the day. I mean, we're getting close to it anyway. And I just want to thank everyone for your participation and your enthusiasm and your brand loyalty. And I want to thank, of course, Winnebago for all that they've done for us. We're in the process of building, and we got some good tools to do that, and we got some enthusiasm. We run forward, and let's see if we can bring at least one with us and raise this to 40. And I'm trying to get dates and hammer that down so we can go down here and block out a big section of this park for next year. Is that good enough for everyone? Yes. All right. I'm going to turn it over to Adam, who is never short for words.
Is that a subtle nudge to keep it quick?
No. I never know when to.
Yeah. Guys, great day yesterday at the factory. I know it took 3 hours to go through the buildings. I had to dodge a little bit of weather at the end.
Love you, Grant.
To a couple of you guys, Grant and I both enjoy product and design of units and interacting with customers, but he is the nuts and bolts guy. There's a lot of times when he and I are going through the plant, he starts looking at stuff and I'm just like over my head and I just walk away and he'll catch up an hour later. But for a factory tour, there's nobody that does it better in this industry, and we've got multiple dealers who echo that. So just a huge kudos to Grant for taking 3 hours out of your day to do that, and hopefully everybody enjoyed the lunch yesterday. I know everybody in the office appreciated that we over-ordered, strategically over-ordered, backed by popular demand. Bill and Dexter, obviously going above and beyond.
Yes.
The beauty of being here locally and having some resources and connections to be able to get a GE rep out here probably within 90 minutes to fix a unit before you guys are hitting the road. So that's the type of stuff that we love to be able to provide to you guys. Hopefully that there's a few campfire stories that you guys can talk about the experience you had here and draw more people here. We want to continue again. We just look forward to growing this and growing our community. And again, just a thank you all for being here. Thank you.
And that is a wrap from the 2024 TOWS Rally. We just had a great meal here, burgers and brats. I just didn't film it because, Dexter fixed my trailer brakes, so now we're good. We're safe again on the road, and it's been such a great time here with all the fellow Winnebago owners. And this is where we had our last banquet here today. And,
You want some cookie?
Cookie, thank you. Maybe I'll get one, yeah.
How about dinner?
I'm trying to lose weight here. Final thoughts on Camp Winnebago. Have you had a good time?
I've had
Tell
a
us about it.
fantastic
And we're doing
time.
this next year again.
We are doing this next year on the 20th of July, Sunday, all the way through the 24th. And we've already blocked out almost the entire campground for next year.
So, it's gonna be much bigger, all right? We'll be here. See you guys next year.
On the next one, I only got 2 words. Pure Michigan. Until then, thank you so much for watching. And see you on the road.